What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 3 of SDS Season 13. This week we have 7 games to watch. The only game that was not played was Wisdom versus John Paul, which we're given an extension, but they did not play because someone forgot. Quote, forgot. Because someone didn't babysit them. Anyways, our first game, surprisingly, is me versus Danley. I'm kind of surprised this is the first game because it was played on like Thursday night, I think. But yeah, it's our first game. We both are using the same character. Although mine used to be Byron, but for some reason it keeps changing back to like the default skins. I don't really know why it does that, but it does that for some reason. Anyways, on my side I have Garchomp, Pheasantipity, Corviknight, Spectrier, Samurai Roundtooie, and Mega Chestnut, which, by the way, are the same 6 that I bring I brought the same 6 Pokemon every week so far. I was really close to bringing Starmie, and then I was like, well, I can't fit it because I need something to, like, eat hits from Ursaluna, so I had to bring Chestnut. But yeah, anyways, on the daily side we have Chandelure in the first slot. Mandibuzz, Palafin, Latios, Regieleki, and Ursaluna. Oh, it's a Mega Latios. I saw that Chandelure in the first slot. I was kind of scared, not gonna lie. So, starting off this game, I'm gonna lead with Chestnut into his Regieleki, which is fine for me. Volt Switch is gonna do a lot of damage. It looks like he's like Specs Modest. Toxic is gonna go off on the Latios, which is good. Puts him on a timer. I'm gonna Spiky Shield, which helps me stall him and kind of baits him a little bit. Although he ends up going for the Thunderbolt again. Thank God my Assault Vest Samurott is bulky enough to live 2 Thunderbolts, because I don't remember actually calcing for 2 Thunderbolts. I might have. I don't remember doing that. I think I might have prepped for like a Draco Meteor or something like that. Or like 2 Dracos. I don't know. I don't fucking remember. I just kind of slapped an Assault Vest in like random EVs as I do with like every other mon. Anyways, I bring in Pheasantipity. He's gonna bring in his Ursaluna, which ends up being leftovers, but I'm assuming it's probably gonna be Guts because I think his plan was probably to get poisoned by Toxic Chain. So that would have been cool to have like a leftovers Ursaluna, but also like Toxic Chain. I don't know. Or it's just a bulky Ursaluna. Ursaluna's really good into Spectrier. It's like one of the few mons that just kind of outright beats Spectrier. I still brought my Spectrier though because reasons. I'm gonna bring in my Samurott on the Luster Purge. He's gonna get chipped down by poison, and I'm gonna be able to Sucker Punch, kill that Latios. And I was gonna bring in Regieleki, which has Specs Terra Blast, which is really funny. I think Regieleki is the only Pokemon that would ever run Terra Blast as just a coverage move, because otherwise you're running like Swift. But yeah, that's really funny. Earthquake is gonna do a solid chunk. And I'm gonna switch into my Chestnut because I literally only brought Chestnut for the Ursaluna. And looking at like the rest of his team, like Chestnut isn't really that great into the rest of his team, other than like maybe Regieleki, but yeah, I'm gonna bring in my Garchomp on the Mandibuzz, which is now Toxic Poison, so I'm getting off a lot of the poisons with the Chestnut. Well, I guess 2 of them, but yeah. He's gonna hit my helmet. I'm gonna be able to Earthquake the Palafin, which doesn't kill, and he's gonna be able to Ice Beam me. I figured he'd actually hard swap there, and I was like, maybe he'll just go back into Mandibuzz. But he decided to not, and he just stayed in with Baby Palafin and went for the kill, and you know what? I respect it. So I'm gonna go into my Chestnut, but then I was like, wait, he just clicked Ice Beam. I should probably not stay in, so I gotta go into my Samurott, because my Samurott was meant to counter the Latios. Now that Latios is dead, I can kind of throw the Samurott away. Ice Beam is not gonna do too much damage. He's gonna Jet Punch me as I Sucker Punch. He's gonna Boom Burst me as I miss Ceaseless Edge. So I'm like, great. He's gonna Jet Punch again as I Sucker Punch. And then I'm gonna bring in my Pheasantipity as he Jet Punches again. I figured he'd probably Jet Punch one more time because it kills my Samurott, but I was like, I'm just gonna preserve my Samurott and just kind of let Fez take a little bit of chip. So now he's gonna bring in his Ursaluna. I'm gonna go into my Corviknight as he clicks Ice Punch. He's going to take chip from the Rocky Helmet. And Body Press is gonna do a good chunk. He's gonna Smackdown, which I think he clicked earlier, but for whatever reason, I didn't take any note of that. But yeah, Smackdown's really good for getting that Corviknight to the ground, especially if I don't have anything else that like levitates. Which I guess he technically had to prep for Electros, but maybe he just didn't think I'd bring Electros. I didn't really. I don't think I considered Eel at all in this prep. Chandeler's gonna come in. It's gonna take Spikes and Rocks, which is nice. I just realized that. I just realized that Liger joined the game as Queen Wax. I didn't even notice that in the game. I wasn't paying fucking attention to shit. When I was playing this game, I was getting called for my dad, and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna get your new car tomorrow," because I've been having like car problems. And when I took it into the shop last week, they were like, "Oh, it's gonna cost like about $5,000." I'm like, "Nope, we're just gonna get a new fucking car because I can't do this shit." So that was what was going through my mind like during this whole like end game probably. Like the last like 15 turns or so, which is why I feel like I'm just playing a little bit weird, but because I feel like I sacked a lot more mons than I needed to. Sucker Punch is gonna be able to chip down the Regieleki a little bit. I just wanted a little bit more chip on Regieleki in case I got like haxed from T-Bolt there. Although no, I'm Rocky Helmet. I'm not Covert Cloak. I definitely ran Covert Cloak on Fez like one of the weeks, but I don't remember what week it was. Covert Cloak Fez is just a good mon, you know. I think it was last week versus Havoc. And yeah, the poison is gonna knock out the Man Buzz. So I actually think the Chestnut got the KO there, but or did it? Oh no, I got the KO from Rocky Helmet. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Chestnut got that KO. Fez got the KOs on Chandelure and Regieleki, I believe. Oh, and I got the Rocky Helmet kill on the Palafin. That's how I got 3 kills. Because when I was looking at the stats, I was like, wow, Pheasantipity is like kind of by far my MVP so far. So we'll see what happens. And it was getting a move on because I have to go to bed like pretty soon. Next up we have Elekid versus Crip. On Elekid's side we have Dio Speed, Petulant, Greninja, Arctozolt, Volcanion, and Halucha. No Mega. What is Elekid's Mega? Let me see. Oh, it's Mega Dragonite. Did he drop Drag? No, I don't think he did. Someone, I think it was in SPS. Someone dropped Dragonite in SPS. Yeah, okay. So I'm not crazy there. On Crip's side we have Suicune, T-Tar, Raikou, Skarmory, Quagsire, and Entei. So we have the 3 beasts. That's very cool. And also no Mega Meganium, which I suppose makes sense because you're facing Petulant and Greninja. Because Gren can just like Protein Sludge Wave the thing, and like you have to deal with like Steam Eruption Volcanion, you have to deal with ice moves from Arctozolt. Dio Speed gets like Ice Beam. I don't think Dio gets like a poison move actually. It might get Poison Jab. I think it might get Poison Jab actually, and like Halucha gets P-Jab and like flying moves. So like, yeah, Meganium doesn't really look super great into this team. We're gonna lead with Volcanion into the Raikou. Raikou is going to Volt Switch, but it's gonna be Volt Absorb Arctozolt. Oh, you can't see its abilities previously, but yeah, Arctozolt gets decent abilities. You also get Static and Slush Rush out of it, so it's pretty cool. as someone that's used Arctozolt a couple times, Volt Absorb is definitely the better ability here. We're gonna Meteor Beam, that's cool. Into Quagsire. Unfortunately, Quagsire is about to get freeze-dried, yeah. Also, yes, Arctozolt has had Meteor Beam since Gen 8. I mean, Arctozolt isn't in Gen 9, so it's had freeze, or it's had Meteor Beam since like 2020. Or 2020. Petron's we're gonna switch in Petron on a T-Tar. That's crazy. Because I feel like a Choice Band knockoff would have just went like crazy into this, but I get that running a choice item isn't like the easiest thing. We're gonna be a weakness policy Petron. That's awesome. So I guess we always knew that we could live knockoff, perhaps. And we're just gonna recover off all the damage. Rock Blast is doing some good damage. I don't know if Rock Blast is the better click over knockoff. I guess it might be Shadow Claw. What the hell are you running Shadow Claw for? I actually don't know what the fuck you'd be running Shadow Claw for, because knockoff is always stronger. I mean, like, a crit Shadow Claw, I guess? I don't fucking know. Raikou's gonna come in. Shadow Ball, crit the Petulant. I don't know if that fucking crit mattered. Raikou's fucking weak. So I genuinely have no idea if that crit mattered. That Suicune is very bulky. It looks like it's probably like Assault Vest. We're gonna Trailblaze an Arctozolt. I don't think I've ever seen like Trailblaze Suicune before. That's fucking awesome. Arctozolt's gonna click Thunderbolt. Yeah, that must be like Assault Vest, Volcanion, or Suicune. I don't know what Suicune's gonna do to hit the Volcanion though. I guess it's kind of an oversight. Forest Sphere. I'm realizing that this Volt Absorb, Water Absorb combo is a little bit nasty for crit because Raikou and Suicune were like his best ways of like doing damage, and like Zolt and Volcanion just kind of invalidate them, and now all that's left are the three beasts. Raikou's gonna come in. Ooh, we're Scarf Raikou. Discharge is gonna get that para. That's like the second or like third Discharge para I've seen this week off like the first attempt. That's stupid. I fucking hate Discharge, and I disrespect people that run Discharge. Like, if you're a baller, just run Thunderbolt and get the T-Bolt para. Especially if you're playing against me, like, you might as well take the extra damage and T-Bolt para me. Get the Sludge Wave Poison. Stone Edge unfortunately doesn't crit. Ooh, but we missed the Steam Eruption, so Entei does get the kill there. That's cool. Belusha's gonna come in. Close Combat is gonna do a good chunk. The White Herb's gonna activate. Crit Stone Edge doesn't knock out Hawlucha, unfortunately, and Entei is gonna die. So Entei really kind of carried at the end. It tried its best, to be honest. It tried its best. That'll be GG's. Next up, we have Power Fable versus Yuno. On Yuno's side, we have Terapagos, Melmetal, Tornadus Therian, Mega Emboar, Zygarde, and Tapu Fini. And on Power Fable's side, we have Aerodactyl, Ribombee, Excadrill, Zoroark, Hisui, Kyurem, and Kingambit. So Power Fable made some transactions. I very much disagree with them. I think you're going to be struggling like the rest of the season, Power Fable. Like, those trades just did not like make sense to me. We dropped like Mega Gren for Aerodactyl, Ribombee, and Cobalion because we wanted to fix our speed tiers. I mean, like, I told you that the speed tiers were a problem, like, in the draft, but, you know. Also, speaking of transactions, Crip, he traded Hitmontop and Ursaring for Miltank and Heracross. And then on my team, I traded Volcarona, Obstagoon, and Electros for Bellibolt and Victini. So I just want to like put that out there, although I have not used any of the mons I traded, which is why I traded them, because I wanted to use more Pokemon than just my 6. Double Iron Bash is going to knock out the Aerodactyl. I don't really know why people use Tailwind in singles. Also, that Flamethrower did absolutely fucking nothing. Double Iron Bash is gonna knock up the Zoroark. Then we're gonna Stun Spore the Melmetal. I guess it worked. Double Iron Bash is gonna knock it out though. So we just threw away half our team. We wasted our entire Tailwind. Why did we have Tailwind and Sticky Web? And Stun Spore? What's the point of that? So far, I haven't understood, like, anything that he's done so far. Other than, like, the Flamethrower that did nothing because this is, like, Assault Vest Melmetal. Also, I'm pretty sure Melmetal can just, like, eat the Earthquake here, but we're gonna switch out into Torn on the Drill Run. I guess that's pretty fair. You're gonna defog the web, which I guess is fair. I don't really think you had to defog the web at this point. Heat Wave is gonna do a lot of damage to the Drill. And then we're gonna Iron Head. Oh, it's a Rocky Helmet Horn, I didn't even realize. King Gambit's gonna come in. Sucker Punch will knock out Torn. You know, you probably could have just went, like, hard Emboar there, to be honest. I don't think Emboar, like, really gives a shit about anything this King Gambit wanted to do. Crit Drain Punch probably doesn't matter in any way. And then Kieran's gonna come in. We're gonna see Sub as we see Close Combat. If I was Yuno, I think I would have just clicked Drain Punch there, to be honest. I mean, I know that Drain Punch doesn't kill, but I think it probably was the better click, because now you just died to Scale Shot, and I think you lost Differential, but I could be wrong, maybe. I could be wrong. Trapicus is going to come in. We're going to tear Starstorm. It's really not going to matter. That extra sub just kind of elongated the inevitability. Although you could have maybe, like, maybe could have, maybe you could have Scale Shot and then, like, Icicle Speared and then see what happened, because maybe you would have lived Terra Starstorm at 75%. But I'm assuming maybe you didn't. I don't know. But also, like, we could have went into Tapu Fini, because we know that this was, like, sub-Scale Shot Icicle Spear, and we had nothing to hit Tapu Fini. Unless it was Freeze Dry last move. It says Flamethrower, but that's from the Zoroark. Because the replay analyzer doesn't understand Zoroark, which is why I fucking hate... People need to stop drafting this mon. Like, first of all, like, it doesn't do shit for you, and then I have to, like, put in the stats, and, like, the stats don't know what the fuck to do. Same thing happens with Greninja, but at least Greninja, like, kind of does shit. Next up we have Liger versus Fabian King. We're gonna see Meowscarada, I think it's Mega Scissor, Gliscor, Milotic, Gouging Fire, and Thunders. I just realized I used Gliscor and I used regular Scissor in DPP, and I went 0 and 3 with it. So let's see if Liger can do shit with that combo. On Fabian's side, we have Tinglu, Annihilate, Tentacruel, Baxcalibur looks like it's coming off the bench this week, as well as Thundurus, and I think also Arcanine is coming off the bench, I think? I don't know. Meow's gonna lead, as it usually does. I feel like if I had a nickel for every time I've seen Meowscarada on a turn 1. Although this is like the only Meowscarada that I think has ever like stayed in and like clicked an actual move instead of being a pussy and like clicking U-turn, which is what I would have done probably, but I guess I can understand why you'd knock off into an Annihilate, because you don't want to give this thing a free Rage Fist boost. But we end up just clicking Final Gambit, which, to be honest, is kind of fair, because I think everything on Liger's team just doesn't have that HP. You can just delete Milotic, you can delete Thundurus. In most scenarios, I think you can just delete Gouging Fire, because Gouging Fire is probably not going to be max HP. I mean, it could be. It's not like the most uncommon thing to have like a max HP gouge, but yeah, getting to kill like Gliscor or like any of these other mons for free is just very cool. We're gonna see Thundurus come in on Scissor. Arcanine's gonna hard switch in on the Scissor as we go into the other Thundurus, which is gonna Volt Switch for a lot of damage. Holy shit. And Flamethrower's not going to do much to Milotic. We do get the crit. And it looks like Milotic is lefties. We're going to sub. Okay. Thunderbolt. And then we're going to Dragon Tail. Sub Dragon Tail is pretty cool. Ooh, we get the competitive boost. Yeah, this is why I fucking hate drafting Intimidate, because this shit kind of happens. And now Milotic is just going to, like, and do a bunch of damage. And also, why is this Milotic faster than Tentacruel? Must have been like 0 speed Tenta and like a fast Milotic. Because we're trying to bait Intimidate. Focus Blast into the Thunderous, that's crazy. We're gonna miss a Focus Blast, and then Glaive Rush will knock out the Thunderous. Scissor is gonna come in. Surprised we didn't go hard Scissor, because I think you could have went hard Scissor, to be honest, but I guess you just kind of bait an Arcanine. Yeah, you're gonna go into Milotic. I think he was trying to bait the Intimidate into competitive, but the speed tiers didn't really work out for him. You're gonna sub again. And Scald. I don't think Thunderous kills. You're gonna go Meowscarada though. T-Bolt, no para. I would have gotten fucking punished and gotten T-Bolt paired there. So Liger got fucking lucky. Gouging Fire's gonna come in. As we see the Tinglu. Tinglu is looking really hard to knock out right now, I feel. EQ is gonna do a lot. Yeah, Temper Flare is just not it. I feel like I've run Temper Flare and Gouging Fire before. To be honest, Gouging Fire is a mon that I haven't used in a while, but I really want to use that mon again. It's just really, it's really cool. We're gonna Scald into the Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is immune to burn because of Thermal Exchange. You're not gonna use Ice Body on a team like this. Intimidate, competitive, yeah. I think, yeah, Arcanine's just gonna be able to knock out Milotic though. So it's not gonna matter. Meowth's gonna come in. We're gonna see Knockoff. No more Choice Band, although it didn't matter because it wasn't gonna kill unless you crit. If you crit there, you get off a Wisp. Yeah, Arcanine's just gonna be able to clean house here. I think, yeah, you Morning Sun to be safe. Definitely fair play on Fabian King's side. Like, I would definitely be playing safe here. Because, I mean, if Scissor Bullet Punch... Oh, it didn't even bring it down to below half. I mean, it probably could have if it was, like, offensive Scissor. I'm gonna assume it was, like, defensive. Yeah. Very fair play. Got to see quite a bit from the Arcanine. Arcanine's not really a mon that I see often drafted anymore. It's kind of fallen off in the tiers, but when I do see it get drafted, I feel like it does a good job. I think I faced it this week, and it just kind of clicked like Banded Flare Blitz and just kind of demolished like one of my mons. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Next up, we have Heister versus Havoc. On Heister's side, we have Mega Starmie, aka Mega Mistake, Zapdos, Nidoqueen, Bramblegast, Urshifu, Stingle Strike, and Ogerpon Hearthflame coming off the bench. So we got one of the Ogerpons off the bench. I believe the other two Ogerpons are like still there. Cornerstone and regular Pawn. I don't think is Wellspring drafted. Let me see the draft board. Ogerpon. Who the fuck is it? Oh, yeah, Ogerpon Wellspring is drafted, but John Paul had it, so that's the reason why I don't remember it, because he doesn't play his fucking games on time. Anyways, on Havoc's side, we have Dragapult, Mega Mawile, Ferrothorn, Donphan, Weavile, and Tauros Palea Aqua. Probably my favorite. Well, I don't know. I've only drafted the Blaze Tauros, but I really like the Aqua one. And lead Urshifu into Donphan. Also, Shifu could be female? I thought it could only be male. That's crazy. Maybe it must have a gender ratio, but I could have sworn it could only be male. Starmie's gonna come in on Donphan on the EQ. You take a lot of chip. And then we're gonna recover. I guess we probably assumed Donphan would switch. Are we Rapid Spin? Or Bulk Up? Oh no. Reflect type? Recover, Bulk Up, Reflect type. This is an insane set. I'm gonna assume, yeah, we're probably gonna have to switch out on a Flamethrower, right? Ooh, we burn Zapdos. That's not good. can't get rid of those hazards now. Oops. Oh, unless we're, oh, nice, we Shadow Sneak. Okay. We're gonna Rapid Spin. Are we gonna let Ferrothorn knock us out, maybe? Knock off. I'm gonna assume we're just gonna... No, we're gonna go into Ogre Pond. I guess there's no point in sacking off Bramblegast. If it can, like, Shadow Sneak the Mawile before it Sucker Punches, I guess you can get stuff with it. I'm gonna see an Ogre Pond do stuff here. Alkoff isn't doing much. I wonder if this Ogre Pond's, like, defensive-ish. Ivy Cudgel isn't gonna do too much. And we're gonna hard switch into Starmie here. Wave Crash. Ooh. Oh, that fucking roll sucked. Havoc had that. I think Havoc deserved that kill there. If I was the RNG generator, I would have let that Wave Crash kill there. That's really sad, actually. That's really sad. I don't really think Ferrothorn is the play here, though. We hard switched, though, which is weird, because I would have assumed that you just try to Reflect type again, although maybe he thought he was trying to bait, like, Reflect type into, like, hard switch Weavile and then go back into Ferrothorn, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get a Brox and Flamethrower. Isn't gonna do too much. Because we're not Life Orb. Bramblegast is gonna get knocked out by the spikes. I see Donphan come in. Yeah, I'm gonna assume we probably just go back into Starmie. We're gonna bulk up. I don't know, yeah, Donphan just kinda has to pray for a crit. I guess we're gonna spin the rocks. I guess it's fair. Liquidation's gonna bring you to Sturdy. We're gonna get up rocks. Yeah, I'm gonna assume this is just Starmie endgame, huh? Koros is gonna come in. Yeah, you get the Intim drop, but it's not looking so good. Yeah, Wave Crashes isn't doing shit. And we're gonna Reflect type. The Fighting Water type. Yeah. This mon's stupid. To be fair though, like Havoc has like mono physical attackers, but sometimes that's how it has to be. Ooh, we're like Reflect wait. We swapped our typing again. Okay. This is a really cool tech for the Starmie. Mega Starmie would be a cool mon if it wasn't like toxic garbage bullshit. What the fuck is this? It's just not. We're just clicking Reflect type on everything we see. In all honesty though, like it works. Like you might as well fucking do that. Yeah, bring in the Tauros. You're gonna bulk up again. Oh my god, close combat isn't gonna crit. It's not gonna crit. Liquidation knocks it out. Yeah, this point is just kind of over. We see Weavile comes in. Low kick isn't gonna be enough. We're gonna Liquidation again. Mawile's gonna come in. We're gonna probably attempt to Sucker Punch. But yeah, we're just gonna recover. To be fair, we wasted most of our recovers. This is crazy though. Liquidation is gonna knock out Starmie, or Mawile. And Ferrothorn's gonna come in, liquidate. Jaraball doesn't do shit. Yeah. What an awesome Starmie set, but like, man, this is just fucking... This is garbage as fuck. I really apologize to everyone that's to face Starmie. Which is also me this week. I'm gonna have to play Starmie this week. Yay! Yay me! I can't wait for this thing to click Reflect type on my fucking belly bolt and then like sweep the shit out of me. Anyways, moving on to the next game, we have Nature Guy versus Wobbuffet. On Nature Guy's side, we have Zeraora, Aegislash, Shaman, Togekiss, Infernape, and Landorus. And on Wobbuffet's side, we have Darkrai, Iron Tread, Cinderace, Mega Gallade, Uxie, and Alola Ninetales. So we're gonna see lead Lando into Yuxi, knock off the Culverberry. I don't know who Susie is and what her idea was. And of course, it's a hedgehog named Sonic. Sometimes y'all's nicknames make me upset. That thing gets Tailwind? Okay, I guess you learn something new every day. I did not know that thing learned Tailwind. Wii U gamepad for Iron Treads is such a funny nickname. I don't know why, because I don't think it makes sense, but it's funny. Also, like, the first Iron Treads I've ever seen into a Landorus that wasn't running, like, Clear Annual Ice Spinner. Gonna EQ again. Weakness policy. We were a weakness policy? See, the thing with, like, playing Treads into Lando is, like, weakness policy doesn't work because you just int him this thing twice. And then, like, you don't have a policy. Like, you might as well just run, like, Clear Amulet. I don't know. I guess I see what you tried, but... also, we're Earthquake and Scorching Sands. We had fucking Ice Spitter this whole time. I guess we just didn't wanna... We wanted to bait it, maybe. I don't know. Knock off the Life Orb. And get off an SD. Shadow Sneak. Doesn't knock it out. Yeah, Trez is just very bulky. You're not gonna really get away with just killing it, unfortunately. Knock off, yeah. I guess he could have Ice Spinnered, but yeah, I guess knocking off the Togekiss item was fair. Kind of surprised it was leftovers and not like Helmet. Why is this open? Okay. Ooh, he Blizzard Freeze. That sucks. Yeah. Freeze is such a bullshit mechanic. Yeah, Zeraora's just gonna die, I suppose. Infernape's gonna come in. Yuxi is gonna switch in on the Flamethrower. Does absolutely nothing to Yuxi. Holy shit. Memento. I'm gonna guess we're gonna Memento into Darkrai. That's interesting. Ice Beam just knocks out Kiss. That's crazy. Specs Darkrai, maybe? Focus Blast miss. Yeah, if you couldn't have been any more unlucky. I mean, yeah, Focus Blast is a shitty move, but that's still, yeah, that's kind of shitty. Oh, and the Zeraora was Choice Band, apparently. Yeah, I didn't get to fucking do anything. It was Choice Band for Plasma Fist, and Plasma Fist after Crud's dies just fucking destroys everything. That's crazy. Nature Guy kind of deserved, like, something there, but no, I guess it's like Hack's Week or something. Anyways, our last game is going to be King Crasher versus Stagex. On Crasher's side, we have Swampert, Mega Venusaur, Umbreon, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Heatran, and Iron Valiant. And on Gex's side, we have Screamtail, Mega Lopunny, Golden Go, the Dunsparce, Dragonite, Rotomosh. Also, Gex could... actually, you know what? What the fuck is this thing that's crawling at me? It's like some weird bug. Anyways, I was gonna judge Gex for drafting Screamtail, Golden Go. I think... Did they have Mega Lopunny last season too? No, they didn't have Mega Lop. He had like Screamtail Golden Go like not that long ago, but in all honesty, I also had Garchomp Corv Fezandipity, so I can't really say anything because I always draft Garchomp Corv Fez. So, anyways, leading things off, we have Heatran named Hot Tub into Screamtail. T-Wave is going to full Paralyze on the first turn. That's fucking awesome. Flash Cannon. Yeah, the Dunsparce is gonna come in. EQ doesn't do too much. We're gonna see Barrier. It's kind of interesting. We're gonna get the para from the Body Slam. So yeah, we're like Serene Grace, the Dunsparce. Body Press into Golden Go. I don't think I would have ran like a Barrier I didn't even know that it learned barrier. I thought it was like an acid armor mon. I probably wouldn't have run like a body press set into Golden Go. I actually don't know like what body press is really for because like Screamtail isn't taking shit from this either. So I don't really know. If it was like a curse Swampert or like a bulk up Swampert, I think it would have made sense, but no, we ran barrier, which I didn't know it learned. EQ's not gonna knock out Heatran, but we are gonna get up rocks, which is nice. And Heatran's gonna go down to Dunsparce. Venusaur's gonna come in, Giga Drain doesn't do shit. Starting to think we don't really have anything for Dunsparce, do we? Although to be fair, when Heatran went down, like we maybe could have just went Urshifu, because there's not a switch into like close combat Wicked Blow right now. I mean, if you're like choice band, like you can just kind of Wicked Blow. You might get like Body Slam paired, but I don't think the Dunsparce is staying in. I think the Dunsparce may want to stay around for this Venusaur and like other shit. But yeah, I don't know. Golden Go's gonna come in. Yeah, Venusaur. I'm gonna assume Venusaur's not gonna be able to do anything. We might have Earth Power. We're gonna get full parried. Shadow Ball. Special defense drop. Okay. Earth Power crit. So we got something there. Return is gonna knock out Venusaur. I mean, at least it got to knock out the Venusaur. Anyways, Screamtail comes in. We're gonna see Body Press. Yeah, that does nothing to Screamtail. Like, you're just healing back from leftovers. Like, it's not doing shit. Oh, this is a Rapid Strike. For some reason, I thought it was Single Strike. That makes it even better, because I think Surging Strike is an easier click than Wicked Blow into this team, probably. We're gonna get full paired. That's awesome. Yeah, this game's kind of boring to watch because Crasher is just getting paralyzed like every turn. That's kind of the nice thing about Gex's team is like we can just kind of paralyze like everything, and then like Lopunny can just kind of win at the end. I'm gonna Wish Pass him a Swampert, but you really need Swampert to like get knocked off, which is not gonna happen. Because there's no knockoff user on that team, so. I just realized the Rotom was dual screen. Dazzling Gleam. It's not gonna be enough though. Yeah, knockoff. That did nothing, and that was a crit. Doesn't crit go behind screen too? Like, that was like full damage knockoff. The screens didn't even matter there. Dragonite comes in. It's not boots. What is the Dragonite? We are Dragon Dance. Maybe it's like Lumberry? Might be Lumberry. That's like the only other item that I think Dragonite would run. Swampert's gonna come in, and Dual Wing Beat is gonna miss. It's not gonna matter though, because the Swampert is Choice Band locked. Barrier Body Press Flip Turn. I don't really understand that set, but oh, we have Ice Punch. I don't really understand this set. Because I think like this is still kind of walled. Like it's walled by Golden Go, it's walled by Screamtail, it's walled by like Rotom. It's not walled by Rotom Wash, because Rotom Wash is like you're also walling Rotom Wash at the same time, unless it's like Trick Ring Target. Yeah, I don't know. The Heatran, I think the Heatran was a bit unfortunate, and so is the Urshifu. I think that the Screamtail probably should have been dead. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I think Gex probably still wins, though, to be honest. As long as you can beat the Venusaur, which we did. And Venusaur is a little bit prone to like getting paralyzed too by the body slam and shit. So you just have to like keep it parried, and I don't think Venusaur can like Oko Lopunny. But yeah, that'll be the games for this week. Looking at the stats. Here's our kill leaderboard. We have Mega Starmie on top with 14 kills and no deaths. That's what I'm going to be facing this week. And then we have Mega Lopunny at 3 and 8. Or 3 games brought 8 kills, 1 death. Palafin, which it got its kills with baby Palafin this week. That was fucking awesome. Terapagos, no deaths. And then we have Pheasantipede at number 5. And then we have Melmetal and Kyurem. Those Kyurem stats are wrong. I think. No, Nature Guy did knock out the Kyurem. Because I remember he like brick breaked with the Registeel like last second, and then King Gambit swept the last kill. Yeah, I think that's what happened. For whatever reason, I guess I just thought that the Kyurem stats were wrong. And then we got Mega Delphox, Chi-Yu, and Dragalge. Halucha, Samurai Tui, Screamtail at 17. Mega Chestnut has the same stats as Mega Latios. Sometimes stats will really like make it question things. Pheasantipede, by the way, has MVP the season before. I believe it was for Joey. I don't think he won the chip because I think I knocked him out in playoffs. But his Pheasantipede had like 14 KOs. I guess I'm gonna see if I can fight for that Pheasantipede gold medal. Because I don't know why I have 6 kills with Fez. But yeah, next week will be week 4. Hopefully we'll be able to watch all of the games, but to be honest, I don't really care that I didn't have to watch all the games because I can go to bed sooner. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.